Hey, what's up everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. So, at the end of my video that I just made in regards to the game that the Lakers just played where they won in overtime in Denver. Very, very good win. Austin Reeves was fantastic. Malik Monk, fantastic as well. Great show from the guys. I said at the end of that video that tomorrow morning I want to see that she has fired Frank Vogel. She as a Jeanie had fired Frank Vogel because there's no reason to hold on to him. Don't, you know what I mean? Drag this out any longer. We know what we need to do. Let's get it done. Upon the end of the game, the final horn, while I was making my video, Woj dropped the bomb that Frank Vogel has coached his final game with the Los Angeles Lakers. So that was immediate. She didn't wait until the morning. She fired him tonight, and I think that's what I'm trying to hear. I understand that Rob Pelinka will not be included in the exit interviews, which is really telling as well. So I don't know how much validity that holds, but I did get it from somebody who I trust. But it's just not an official word at this point. I'm just giving y'all stuff that I get around the way. But it sounds like Jeanie is in the process of cleaning house for real. And I don't know who all that entails, but when things like this start happening, you start realizing, like maybe she's thinking along the lines of moving off from Braun. To be honest with you, you don't know, but if she's thinking like me, you know what? I just spent the last 30 minutes telling you guys what I feel. It's time to move on for real from just about everything that had anything to do with this season, with the exception of obviously of the young players that we found who can really ball out. I want to move forward with these kids and try to see if we can add to that. That's where I'm at. And if Braun wants to be a part of that, great. If not, I'm sure we can find a superstar who is along the same timeline as the kids we have. Maybe add some picks to this team. And let's run some young gunners and see what comes of that. We've done the Braun thing. He's going to leave. If we don't jump out, I keep saying this, if we don't jump out of this train before it comes to a halt, he's gonna take off, and we're gonna take off without him. We're gonna be left on this damn train, and he's gonna get off of it. You know it's gonna be. That's the bottom line. You better get off before he does. You know, and at the end of the day, I just understand that LeBron James wants to play with his son. He's gonna shoot a lot of threes, play less and less defense. I'm cool, man. Like, I know when to cut my losses. This is not a situation where I need to learn this lesson. He is worth so much right now. I know his value will not go down because of what he can do. But, you know, his value can net us an entire future. And the more I think about what Anthony Davis represents, and this is a very important point, because I've been thinking about this. As bad as Anthony Davis' injury issues have been, you have to ask yourself a question about Anthony Davis. Whatever you think he is or isn't going to be, you know for a fact you want him on your team. Whoever you are, no matter where you are in this world. And I, of course, feel the same way about LeBron James, but it's a different dynamic because of what comes with the king. He's not just a guy playing ball. We all know that. So we got to take into account the circus that comes with it. AD don't come with no damn circus. He's just a player. And what he is a player who can do things on a basketball court that most can't do because of his length and his height and the way that he plays the game. You're just not going to find too many guys that's why Evan Mobley's so special. He's going to win Rookie of the Year. And it's because he's similar to AD in a sense that he just is cerebral and long. Covers a lot of space and can shoot. It's just, AD had the worst season of his career this year. Not only was he playing poorly, but he got injured a lot. I think his injury issues are going to continue. I do. I don't think there's going to be a situation where you see him play more than probably 55 to 60 games a year, no matter what. But even AD at half mass is still a very valuable piece in this NBA because of his length and skill set. Even him, as he starts to dwindle down in his career, is still a type of body you want on your floor. You do. Because he's gifted defensively. And he could score the ball at will. His skill set in any capacity is far superior than the average person in general. Even if he were average height, he would be a fantastic basketball player. So the fact that he's long and tall just makes it so that you really can't pass on this guy. He doesn't have too many people that are his equal in this league. You know, and when you look at the competition, you got to deal with a lot of big guys. You know what I mean? There are a lot of them, but not many of them that bring the combination of length and skills that he has. He just has to be utilized properly. You have to understand that he's not a center. You have to understand that you do have to have plenty of insurance for him, meaning plenty of size and big men around him to do the stuff that you don't want him to do. Play him at the 4 and let him dominate the league. That's what he's going to do. You take the pressure off of banging. You take the pressure off of playing huge minutes. You take the pressure off of being the main scoring punch. And you're probably going to get an MVP year out of him. We asked him to do all of the other stuff that he should never be asked to do. New Orleans asked him to be the only thing there was. I could argue AD has never been utilized properly, y'all. And if we're going to build this thing properly, we need to do that around that abnormal body there in AD. Because what we're going to do is we're going to trade him for a bunch of regular guys, and then we're going to be going around trying to find picks that are similar to him. And you know what they're not going to be? As good as him. They're not. You're going to have to get a first round, the very first pick in the draft to get a guy that good. And while, like I said, LeBron James is the same thing, the difference between him and LeBron James, 9 years? About 9 years. That's the difference. So, we got to really be honest about this, man. I value LeBron James to the 10th degree, which is why I want to trade him, because I know what he can get me. I know what he can get me. As simple as that. I know what he can get me. At 37 years old, LeBron James can get me an entire future. I can get all the picks and maybe your best young talent. Your very best young talent. I can get him right now. I can get Scotty Barnes right now for LeBron James and a bunch of picks. And maybe even a coach. Seriously. So like I'm trying to figure out, like, is Bron committed? Because he looked like he was halfway committed, halfway in. His mouth said the right things. His play on the court was good, but he seemed checked out sometimes. When he went on the All-Star break, he was really sending subliminals that he wasn't happy, that he wanted things. I don't know. But even if he is, truly, even if he is committed, is he going to stay healthy? Is he going to represent the value that I can get back for him right now? Most of the time, the answer is yes. But we're talking about year 20. We just saw what year 19 was. Fantastic MVP caliber year, but we couldn't even get in the playoffs. For whatever set of reasons. Good ones, bad ones, reasons, excuses, whatever. We ain't getting nowhere. Last year, how'd it go? Same thing. First year, how'd it go? Same thing. Injury year. We got the championship, though. That's 1 out of 4. I'm good with that. Now this dude can get me a whole future. I think I have to at least consider it. Especially if I can't build properly around him. Especially if I can't get an infrastructure that's going to help him win right now. Which is what I demand of myself when I stay committed to that person. So you're demanding yourself win right now if you keep LeBron James. He don't have time to be wasting on a rebuild. He don't have time to be playing with the guys that we want to run. So you want to trade those guys away for somebody? Maybe get you a Jaylen Brown or something like that, if you can. Give away all these guys, THT, Austin Reeves. You know what they can do. You've seen what they just did these last 3 games. You can give all them away at this point for 1 star. Maybe. If you throw in the pick for 27, so your entire future. You can throw that in, and you might be able to get somebody. But I'll tell you this. If you don't win the championship, that bunch of kids that you gave away, they're going to turn into something. Just like the last several bunches of kids that we gave away are turned into something. Where are we now because of giving away kids? It didn't work out. It never does. Because see, the rest of the league is hoarding youth. See how they value picks and stuff? Everybody else is doing it the right way. What we did tonight is what we should have been doing for the last 3 months. And players would be so valuable right now. If they wouldn't be hurt, they would be overly valuable. Overly valued. And it's just like we miss these opportunities left and right. Can you imagine if Austin Reeves had several of these throughout the season? Nope, you can't. Why? Because we were running Westbrook all year long. Without a center on the floor. In situations that don't even fit Westbrook. Like we were doing him a favor from having him out there like that. Just silly stuff. You think he wouldn't have been happy to be a part of a team that was running around like this? He coming with a team like this? We never even gave him an opportunity to run with a lineup like this. No, you can't build around LeBron James. You can't win. You can't build overnight if you couldn't see the fruit in just doing what it is I just described. There's no way you're going to be able to turn whatever this is into a champion soon enough for him to win next season. You're not going to. No, that's a miracle. Can you work a miracle, Lakers? Nah, I don't think we should be shooting for miracles. We need to be trying to reinvent ourselves so that we can someday again be able to pull off miracles. Or most importantly, not be forced to. So I don't know what she wants to do, but I can tell by the moves that she's making. She's sending messages to everybody that she's not playing games right now. It's got magic written all over it. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's got magic written all over it. I know magic when I see magic, and that's Magic Johnson. To fire him tonight? Fire him tonight? I thought I was being cold by saying fire him in the morning. She fired him that night. Made sure Woj had that bomb out at the same time that horn sounded out for the end of that game. That was cold. I like it. That's what it is. That's what I represent. Stop the bleeding. It should have been done months ago, obviously, but we're not talking about this season no more. That's the past. Now, clean slate. Move forward. We got entirely new things to talk about. What are we going to do next? Yesterday's yesterday. Frank is gone. We don't never have to talk about that man again. Now let's move forward. How do we keep Malik? How do we get rid of Russell? Who's going to be this next coach? How do we make sure that Austin Reeves is signed to an extension so that we don't have to pay him all kinds of crazy money too soon? Or worse, watch him walk. These are the questions. What are we going to do with AD? Are we going to heed what it is I just said and keep him? Because we know we're not going to get nothing better for him. His value is low, unlike Bron's. His value is not where it needs to be. I think we hold on to him and we build whatever the heck we're building and keep his contract as on part, as a part of it. Because at the end of the day, you're going to get that money to somebody. You definitely want that money to go to somebody like AD. And you're not going to trade AD for an AD. Nobody's giving you Karl Anthony Towns for AD right now. That's not going to happen. So you keep AD. But Bron, I don't know, man. I am having a very serious sit down with LeBron James, and I'm explaining to him what I see, and I want him to explain to me what he sees, and we need to talk about what's the best for his future, and be absolutely transparent about what it is that's going on in his mind about this team. And if he don't have the same game plan as I do, I'm gonna cash out, man. I'm cashing all the way out. I'm going to be careful about it. I'm going to be smart about it. And I'm going to take care of what needs to be taken care of before doing anything stupid. But I'm telling you, my mindset, you jump off of that train before it stops. That's how you handle that. You got to stop. You got to get out of there before he do. Kyrie had it right. Nobody saw it. Nobody seen it that way, but I did. I know what Kyrie was doing. He got out of Cleveland before LeBron did. He knew that man was leaving. He ain't leaving me on no Cleveland team. It ain't no good on my contract year, bro. Nope. I'm gonna check out before you do. Let the media say whatever they do, but you know. I read that. So as far as I'm concerned, I heeded that wisdom, and I feel like my team should do the same thing. Because Bron gonna do what's best for him, man. He done showed us that for 20 years. And I respect him for it. I'm glad he chose us. Hey, we got a ring. Cool. If he want to keep going, this is what we have to do. But we still have to be real about what he can get us. And if he get hurt next year, if this turns into a Karl Malone type of situation, always remember what this was right here, this opportunity. Because I'm telling you, you can get damn near anything for that dude. Ain't too much you can't get. I'm just being real. You start thinking about how to build around AD, start getting all kinds of long, tall players, athletes and stuff like that. Psh, man. When I start dreaming about what type of team I can build around Anthony Davis, I promise you this, you ain't beating that team. That's how my mind works. I look at what Toronto got down there, something like that. Bunch of long players, bunch of tall players, little killer dynamo dudes that can shoot all day long. Yep. Plenty of passing, good coaching. They got it right. So I don't know what to tell you guys, man. I'm looking at Boston, same thing. Miami, same thing. These teams got it right. Depth, athleticism, youth, balance, good coaching. But never lose. Because if you look at the superstars, they may win. Look at the best players in the league. They may win. Think about it. Your KDs, Bron, Steph. They're in a situation where they may win, but it's the teams, the full teams, are the ones you're looking at and say they're going to win. You know, full teams, Memphis, Phoenix, Boston, Miami, Toronto. Milwaukee's the one exception because I don't think they have a whole lot of depth, but they sure do have that Giannis character and a lot of great players in that starting lineup, so they're the one exception. But other than that, the rest of the real contenders, in my opinion, full teams. Golden State is in between because of the injury issues, but full teams. That superstar stuff, man, the jury's out on that. That's all I gotta say, man. So, to get back to it, Jeanie's making moves. I love what I'm seeing thus far, but we gotta make good ones from here. You know, it can't just be loud, boisterous moves. We have to make good, subtle ones as well. Learn from them past mistakes, you know, and clean house. Clean house is what's best, I think. My name is BDF44. I thank y'all for watching. I'm out.